Hi, welcome to this new tutorial and thank you very much for following us. So this one previously I showed you how to connect to Amazon services launcher instance, a few commands how to manage your instance. I want to show you now that a lot of people's confused. How do I create that image? How do I set up my own image? I don't want to use the one that are giving me the options available in Amazon. I need to install new applications. So I'm going to show you how to manage that. It is relatively quite easy. You just need a little bit need to know how to administer a Linux system. Here I already have an instance running, but just to remind you how to launch a new instance, just you come here, launch instance, and then you will have several options. Your image, your operating system, so you feel free to choose. You have Linux and Windows. So in my case, I will choose my own image, the one that we develop. For instance, I want to launch an instance with this operating system. You select it, and then you choose your instance, the machine that you want to use. So let me use this one. Okay, this will be okay just to show you. And then you go to the configuration process. That one I will skip this process. I already talked a little bit about this. The last video probably there will be a new one just to show you details how to do stuff, but I will skip this one. And then I'll launch my instance. As user, remember you need your keeper. I already have it. And then you launch your instance, and that's all how you set up your computer now in Amazon EC2. And come here, and this is my new instance, and this is the one I was running previously. And I just want to show you how to update your operating system. So here I'm outside the operating system. So remember to connect to that instance, just right click here, connect, and then you have the instructions there. Okay, so you copy and paste in your terminal those instructions, and I will connect here to the instance that I previously launched. Okay, so now I am in. So here I have the welcome message, so feel free to read this one. But at this point you are in a computer and operating system using Linux OpenSUSE. So if you know how to use Linux, there is no problem. So if, for instance, you want to install a new application, you can go zipper. In this case, OpenSUSE uses zipper. For instance, I would search for an application. So let me see what it is available for Python. So you have all this application for Python, and so you see here the I means it is already installed. Or for instance, I want to look for Fortran applications, and it will show me what I have in Fortran. So for instance, if I want to install something, we go sorry, here will be zipper. Okay, so depending of your operating system, the name is another one. If I would recall, Ubuntu will have apt-get, so it will be something similar, but instead of zipper, apt-get. So here's zipper. I will install something. So to install an application, go install. In this case, I want to install this F2C. I know what is it. It's a small one. So look at that, it's asking you the new package will install and everything. So yes, it is installed, and now you have this new package. This new package is running in your image, the one that you launch in the operating systems. If at any point you terminate that image, so for instance, you come here, right click, and you go terminate, every modification that you did, you will lose. Okay, so to save that modification, what you need to do is create a snapshot, and I will show you that later. So for instance, again, just to show you here, for instance, to remove an application, I want to remove that application that we use install. So you go here, zipper, remove, and it will be removed. And probably also you can do a while system update. So okay, so remember you always have the help. Okay, so you can take a look in this case how the options available. Okay, so to show you now here, so for instance, if I stop this instance, in this case I am running the instance, I'm paying the on demand, okay, and I have the option to stop the instance. So if I stop the instance, okay, my data is persistent, okay, it won't be erased. So I will, okay, so Amazon will close the connection because you stop it, but then you can come back here and you can restart. Okay, I have to wait for that one to stop, and as soon as they have the option available, you can restart it. So if you are running the on-demand computing, the on-demand auction, probably the most expensive one, you will have the option to stop it. If you stop your instance, you don't lose your data. While your instance is running, remember that here you have in volumes, you have the volumes that are running, okay? So we have two volumes running. I know this is the one that related to my instance, and I would like to do a snapshot of this volume, okay? So let me go back here. So it's still stopping. So in any case, so I am here, okay, just to be sure. Okay, so now it's stop it, and then you can come here and you restart your unit. So your hard disk, it's always attached to your unit. It's never detached. You never lose the information. Instead, if you terminate that instance, that data is not persistent, you lose everything. So here I'm relaunching this unit. All the data that I put there is still there. I didn't lose anything. So what I would like to do is that I will do those modifications, and now I would like to create my new image starting from this one. So what you do is here you come to volumes. You need to identify where is the instance. So I know that this is the instance, and you select it. Here you select the option to create a snapshot, and this one will create a snapshot of the current situation and status of your hard drive, all the information that you have there. It's like doing a backup in your computer. It's really fast, but while you do this, your instance will be stopped, and then as soon as it is available, you can start to reuse it. But your data is still, it isn't there, you are not losing anything. So look at that, I restarted my instance, and I can connect again to this instance. So sometimes it takes a little time just for the login or setting up everything. So remember, it's just like turning on your computer. So sometimes it's quite fast, the connection, sometimes it's a little bit slow. So let's do a few more tries here to connect to our instance. So remember that here you have many options, so feel free just to read the documentation. Amazon have a lot of documentation for this one. So, but most of the time you just deal here in your instant type, you get your options, here the image, okay, what you have available. So for instance, sometimes people is running in one region. For instance, here I'm running in Oregon, so you can do like copy instance, and then you can move instance to another region, okay? So when you have an instance, that image is just for that region. So I have it in Oregon, everything will be running in Oregon. But if at one point I want to move, let's say, to Canada, you just select Canada and then copy that instance, and it will be moved. Again, you will pay for that extra storage, okay? Because you will have your storage in Oregon, but then also you will have your storage in Canada, whatever you choose. If you don't want to have it anymore, just delete that image. To delete an image is the register, okay? That will erase everything. Okay, so let's see if I can connect here. I hope everything is okay. So let's connect to the instance. So you just copy the instructions for the Amazon page, and then we're in. So let me show you that. For instance, and here I will go to my user directory. For instance, I would change. I know that in my image I have this user, so I will go to his directory, and for instance I will create a file directory. I go test, and then I create a few files inside this one. Touch, I will say this is txt. Okay, so if I want to clone this image to create my own or my new image with this modification, just come here, volume, the current volume that you are running. So remember, you need to identify. I know that it's this one, and what you do is create a snapshot. Okay, you give it a name, test, and this process may take a while. 5 to 8 minutes, so feel free to skip the video. Okay, we're back, and here we have our snapshot. See that we give it a name, we create it, it's available. And if you want to create your new image from this one, just right click again in the snapshot and you select create image. Now in this new image you will have all your modifications. Just give it a description. I will call it new image for test. Something important when you choose also a type of virtualization, always choose hardware assisted virtualization, okay? Or you can choose the other one, but just read the documentation. This is the one that is recommended. So also you have the option to resize your new image, so you can choose a smaller, bigger type here, and then you just click here, create. And at this point, we're creating our new image, starting from this snapshot, and we just need to wait. Again, it will be something about 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, hi, we're back. And here, after waiting a little bit, something about 5 minutes, see that we have our new image here. Okay, so this was the image that was created from the previous snapshot. So that will be this snapshot, okay? And from this snapshot, we have this image. So at this point, we have our modifications, our operating system ready to run. So just to show you, remember that here we created these two files, and initially we didn't have anything. So I will show you that we launch this instance here that with a clean operating system. So if I connect here, just to show you that we didn't have any information there. Okay, remember that always you need to be in the directory where you have your keys. So we're in, this is the other instance we launched. And if I go to the directory, see if the user, see that the directory test that we created here doesn't exist, okay? So this is our clean image, this is the one we modified, and we clone this one. So now let's launch our new operating system, our new instance with the new image. So basically to launch your new image, just select it, launch, and just repeat the process as we did previously. Review and launch. At this point, let's wait to set up everything, and pretty much that is. Okay, so you just need to know a little bit how to administer your system and then play around here in the Amazon interface. Okay, we're back. We have now our 3 instances running. So remember, I have a clean image, okay, the first instance, then we modify that one and we clone it, and then we have the clean instance, then we have the modified one where we added a new directories and new application, and then we clone this one to create our image. And at this point, all 3 instances are running. So we have the modified one, the original one, and this is the new one. So I will connect to this one. We're in, and if I go to the CFD directory, you will see that you have here your directory, the test, and all your files. So as easy as that. Just take your instance, your image, launch it, install application, system software, create your directory structure, create your snapshot, and then starting from that snapshot, create your image. So the steps here: launch instance. After you have all the modifications, you will go here and snapshots in volume. Okay, you select that volume that you are running, right click, and you create a snapshot. After you have that snapshot, depending on the size and the amount of modification you add, can take a long time. In this case, it was relatively fast. And then when you have that snapshot, just right click and create your image. That's all. And I also just want to mention that it's also important when you are stopping or you're going to erase those images that also you need to delete this snapshot. Okay, that image has a snapshot related that is taking space. So if you want to save those extra bugs, just also erase the space. If you forget it, probably at one point you will get a lot of snapshots and you will space that you're not using in reality. So terminate it. Okay, so I want to terminate it. As soon as you terminate it, you are losing your data. Data is not persistent anymore when you terminate it. Instead, stop, your data is persistent, will remain there. So I will terminate all my 3 instances. So here, log out. Okay, this system just kicked me. Yes. Okay, and then here I have my snapshot. So this is my test snapshot. So what I can do is delete this snapshot, but it will complain. Why? Because this snapshot is being used by an image. So you want to delete that snapshot, first delete the image. So here you have an image, and you go, remember to erase the image is the register. You click the register. It will take a while, but 5 minutes, depends on how big it is. And after it is erased here, this is over, you go here and just erase that snapshot. Probably it will be ready here, so let me press. Okay, so that's all. So here I have 3 snapshots because I have 3 images. Okay, and for me it's impossible to erase this one because they're being used by these images. And volumes, I don't have anything. That data I don't have it anymore, but as I created my images here, my snapshot, everything has been copied here into my snapshot. So that's all how to create your own image. I hope you find it useful, and let's see what the next video. That's for a little bit more system administration, a few commands just to get you more confident, and probably the last one will be how to create and scale your own cluster. Thank you very much, and see you next time.